Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
We have a special guest and co-worker joining us this morning.
Oh, I love that.
I'm so nervous.
Angie Martinez.
Angie Ma.
Stop it. Hi, guys. Good
Angie,
morning.
why didn't you bring food? I mean, I love the
She
coquito.
did. She bought coquito.
I thought you were going to make us some
not
breakfast this
food.
morning.
Did you really think I was going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and make something for you to eat?
No, I didn't think that. I
You
was
didn't
hoping.
think that. This is a struggle. This is struggle time right now for me to be
I was
Yeah,
hoping.
we was out last night drinking mad tequila.
We
son.
was out. I was going all against my healthy Latin thing and just
My healthy Latin thing.
my healthy Latin thing. And,
I know.
and-
Don't worry. I already asked her a couple of times, are you bringing food? She assured me no.
no,
But she
if
did
you
say,
guys-
I will bring you some coquito.
If you guys like to come in the afternoon, I would be glad to bring you some food at a reasonable hour.
Now, do you have breakfast recipes in this book, The Healthy Latin Eating?
There's not really breakfast recipes, no. But there's plenty of like small meals, and there's actually some smoothies in there that if
Okay.
you want to do that for breakfast, you can. So it would be hard to bring you. I mean, there's like
I'm a smoothie fanatic.
if you eat Spanish food, it's like it's a lot of the regular, it's a lot of the favorite Latin recipes that you like. Just a little, just changed up to be a little healthier. So instead of rice, we use quinoa, we use brown rice, or
Gotcha.
instead of frying things, we choose to bake them. Instead of using processed stuff, we use like fresh, vegetables to make it. And
Why
so,
are you crying in this one picture?
why am I crying? Oh, it's because I was chopping onions.
Oh, that'd have been hot if you'd have put Angie Martinez tears as part of the recipe.
Shut up.
Yo, shut
That'd
up,
have been
man.
dope.
Why? Why do you think like this?
That'd have been hot.
Why do you think like this?
So why did you write this book? Tell us why you wrote this book.
Just because these are recipes I always wanted to have myself and could never find them, and so
you
over
really
the
cook?
years,
Like, really,
yeah,
really cook?
I do. I'm not a chef. That's why I found Angelo Sosa. He was from Top Chef. He's my partner in the book, and he really tweaked and fixed all the recipes. And we also have some celebrities like Rosie Perez, John Leguizamo, Fat Joe. A bunch of people tried to contributed and gave me some great recipes. Man, because we're all getting, you know what I mean? These recipes that we grew up on. I mean, and most people can relate to whatever culture you're from. It's like the recipes you grow up on are not necessarily healthy and good for you.
Yeah.
So you still want to eat them, and when you're trying to diet or you're trying to, stay healthy, you need different variations of it. So that's, that was my hustle. My struggle was always trying to find these recipes. And
Now,
so-
this is my favorite part of the book, the
Yeah.
bebidas.
What? Oh, yes. You like
What
that.
are those?
The drinks.
Oh,
Instead of the Spanish.
That's my favorite one. I have a mojito in there. I have the coquito, and there's a couple of them in there that you will.
Yes,
There's a sangria. There's a nice sangria with some fresh fruit.
We have the low-fat coquito.
It's not a diet book. Let me just tell you this. It's not a
It's
diet
just a
book.
healthier.
It's just healthier
okay.
versions of our like favorite Latin recipes is what it is.
So what's your favorite thing to cook?
From the book or just in general?
In general. Hopefully it's in the book.
Yeah, I would
if it's
think
your
you put your
favorite
favorite
thing.
don't say grilled cheese.
Oh, I would never. Even though my child probably would want me to make him a grilled cheese sandwich. I like stews. I like things
Stews.
that there's like a fish stew in there. I do. I feel like they're always like hearty, and you can keep them for a couple of days. Because if you're busy like us, you want to make something that you can put in the refrigerator and then
Gotcha.
bust it back out on Tuesday.
I bought one of those, whatchamacallit, those pots that you're supposed to stew in.
Yeah, do you use it?
I've never used it.
Why?
What, a crock pot?
I
Yeah, but
imagine
a
your
crock
kitchen is
pot.
like that. Like,
Because I got excited about it because I like stewy things too.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to try this one day, but I just still haven't done that.
well, you want me to come over? We'll do it together.
Yeah, and I have a wok,
We'll bust
okay?
it, we'll bust it.
Now, that is my favorite thing to use is my wok.
Who
Do you
still
ever use
uses
a
that
Very
wok?
wok? I haven't used that
stereotypical.
wok in 10 years.
She got a wok. She don't use the crock pot, but she uses the wok all the time. That's
No,
very
let me tell you,
stereotypical
a wok is a very healthy way to cook food, and it's really quick and easy.
It depends what you put inside the wok. That
A
makes
bunch
it
of
healthy.
vegetables.
Yeah, well then that's
And
good.
some grilled and the chicken. You grill it in there. You do it nice and fast. A little bit of oil, whatever seasonings, and it's great.
Your son must hate you with all these greens in his book.
Greens are
No,
good
it's
for
not
you.
just greens. There's plenty of stuff. There's
Yeah,
tons
but you
of
gotta
stuff
grow
in
up.
there.
No, my kids wouldn't eat all these
There's
greens.
desserts in
They see
there.
greens and be like, no.
Yeah, but you
No,
have
there's
this.
trick 'em.
chicken recipes. There's fish. There's steak. There's all kinds of whatever you need. It's in there. It's not just vegetables.
Now let's come back to the book. Everybody wants to know, why didn't you perform at the ladies' night reunion at the Soul Train Awards?
Isn't it crazy that that's what everybody wants
Like,
to know?
they were even asking artists, asking Missy and the Brat, where were you?
They were.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I post a picture on Instagram. It has nothing to do with it. It'd be like my son. And they'd be like, well, where were you? Who do you think you are to miss? Like, people were upset with me.
Where
it was
were you?
so
Where
were you?
strange. Do you not remember that I ran a marathon about a week before they taped that?
You could have came out and just put you on the chair.
Fam. Here's the thing. They did call me. There was no beef. Nobody. They were like, "Yo, we're doing this thing," and I thought, "Okay, cool." First, you know me. I'm not.
You just say, "Yeah."
I'm like, okay. I wasn't sure how I felt, but the truth is, even if I really wanted to do it, I couldn't do it. It was they were rehearsing like right before the marathon.
Well, hold on. Let's get into the song right now. And we'll talk.
Yo, are you serious?
Ladies' night, what?
Your song, you wasn't there.
Yo, really?
I'm just joking.
But it was no beef. It was just I couldn't do it. I mean, I could have, but I'd have been up there looking crazy. I'd have been limping.
But weren't you getting carried
They'd
in the
have been
video?
like, yo, what happened? She came and
They
walked
couldn't have
no
got
more.
like a hologram. You didn't give approval for a hologram.
I would have totally done a hologram.
Wasn't it a scene where you was getting carried in the video, though?
Really? That's what you
That
want?
was somebody else.
This is what you
That
would
wasn't
want from
her.
me? You think that would be a good look for me?
Yes.
Have to be carried, can't get
rapping
off,
while you getting
and then
carried.
can't get off the thing and hobbling on the red
That wouldn't be a
carpet.
good look.
That
That
would
wouldn't
have
be a
been a
good look. That
terrible
wouldn't be a good
look.
look.
And not only for me, but for them. I don't want to ruin the. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. I saw you tweet out next time you in, though.
Yeah. Well, yes.
See you the next time.
Sounds like
BT
that's what we,
Awards, baby. You gotta
that's what we
set it
call
up.
the curve.
I think they did good. I think they did really good.
Nah, it
though.
was
The people
good.
were
It was
into
dope.
it too. Everybody loved it. So yeah, they, it was fine. They didn't miss me.
Now, let's talk
I
about
had
this
8 bars.
marathon.
They could do it without the 8 bars, huh?
Let's talk about this marathon.
Yeah, it was real.
How long did it take you to finish? It was
It
a
took
long
me
time.
150 days to finish.
That
the
wasn't that
marathon.
long.
Nah, it was dark outside though. It was definitely dark.
I think it was like 7 hours each
It
time.
was over 7 hours. It took
Sheesh.
me a really long time, but I knew it was gonna when I signed up. Look, I signed up. When I started training, I couldn't run 1 mile.
Right.
And I had 3.5 months. I mean, yeah, 3.5 months? Was it 3.5 months? Yeah, to get ready. So actually, I was doing okay. And then like 3 weeks before the marathon, I hurt my leg. And you saw me hobbling around here. For 3 weeks, I couldn't run before the marathon. So the day of the marathon, technically, I hadn't run in 3 weeks. The most I had ever done was 18 miles. And so I showed up like,
I'm here.
Let's do this.
let's just, here I am. I don't
Right.
know what's going to happen. And literally, as soon as, you started the Verrazano Bridge, as soon as I got out on the bridge, I thought,
Why did I
Why'd I
do
this
do
was
this?
a terrible idea. I was like, could I even get over this bridge? And I just went there like, you don't have any kids. But when you have a baby, you have to have the baby no matter how much it hurts. It has
Right.
to come out.
It has
So
to come
I
out.
showed up to
gotta
marathon
make
like,
it.
no matter how much it hurts, no matter what happens, I have to finish. I don't have a choice. We raised all this money. I don't want to disappoint people. So no matter what, and so that's what I did. And so I hobbled, like by the time I hit to like mile 11, my knee was like terrible. So I'm on the bridge. That bridge is, it was freezing that day. The
Right,
wind
right.
is, wind, and I was really talking to God, like, please, God, just lift me up and take me through this. And I was like looking on the floor for something to tie around my knee because my knee started swelling up at like 11. But I did it and I made it. And
Are you going to do it
and
next year?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was going to do it with you.
I won't be doing it next year. I would do a half. A half I would do because I feel like I could really do that and not hurt myself.
I'll do that with you.
You want to do a half?
Yes.
I'll do it.
Deal.
Did you get runner's diarrhea?
Yeah, did you
did it.
diarrhea
That was my
yourself?
next
I did
question.
it.
I showed her that,
No,
you
I
can-
didn't. Thank God. No, I didn't.
So what are you doing? You have to go to the bathroom.
They
You
do
go
have
there
porta
porta
potties,
potties,
but
Andy.
I was lucky I didn't because we all went before. We went to the
Okay.
bathroom before we started.
Did you wear a diaper?
No, I didn't.
What a diaper.
Well, because she really has this fear of
I do,
of
because it happens to a lot
diarrhea.
of runners. They get diarrhea. Their system breaks down inside. And
Why do you know these things?
because it happened during the marathon, the person who won had diarrhea all down their legs.
She's
That was like
disgusting,
one
by
time.
the way.
Listen,
the
I
thousands of people that
Googled
run it.
everything.
She's
so
disgusting.
once that happened, I Googled it. And I was like, this is common. And
Now that happened to you.
No, one night we was leaving Delaware, and all she kept showing me was schmegma-covered penises the whole ride. Like,
Yes,
why do you keep
I
showing me?
introduced Charlamagne to schmegma as well. He didn't know what schmegma was. I research everything. So if I see, like,
It's weird. It's very weird.
somebody mentioned schmegma and Charlamagne had never heard of it, so I Googled schmegma. Have you ever seen schmegma?
I haven't.
I'm
You
going to
don't
show
wanna
you.
see
You
it.
guys talk on my
No,
Okay,
stop
let me
it.
see.
You
No, I
don't
want to
wanna
see
see
it.
it.
I do. I want to
Yeah.
see it.
Now, you
You know
just,
what schmegma is.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Oh my
you just
goodness.
signed the Rock Nation as well.
I did.
Congrats.
I know, man. Thanks.
That's
I
big.
think that's cool,
How
right?
old is your friend? Is it difficult to work for a friend? Because he's kind of technically
Well, I
your
don't
boss a
work
little
for
bit.
him.
He really
He's not
works
my
for her.
boss.
He works
We
for
kinda
her.
works for-
Technically, he
Oh,
works
he works
with
for
me.
you. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
he
right,
doesn't
right,
work.
right.
Stop it. No, and honestly, he's
Go
not.
give me some coffee.
Listen, he's not escorting me into my Breakfast Club
It's
interviews.
not.
It's
Right.
not like
Yeah,
he's
where is he?
running
We
around.
don't
Yeah,
need
it's
to
not
know.
like running around. No, he's built this amazing company, and there are people there that are, know what they're doing, and I'm
Gotcha.
excited, man. The thing about Rock Nation is that, I'm sure all of you guys in the room know when you go to another building or a different type of meeting, and you have to sell yourself to people who don't understand our culture.
Right.
It's tough breaking through, down walls. But when you have somebody going in there that represents you, that knows what your strengths are and knows what your brand is and can understand it and sell it, it's it's a much easier
I'll show you
process.
one.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know
this
what I
is-
mean.
Yeah. Gosh.
That's disgusting. Why would you show me that?
You has to see it.
And whose is that?
Now, schmegma is
Is this somebody you know?
It kind of looks like a
I
recipe, though.
googled it.
Is it like
Stop
a
it.
fungus?
No, so what happens is, and this
Here
is
we go.
Okay, please.
wait, this happens quite.
No, this is educational, Envy.
I'll give you
When you're
the
uncircumcised.
definition. It's a combination of exfoliated epithelial cells, transudated skin oils, and moisture. It occurs in female and male mammalian genitalia.
So, like a flaky?
That's
penis?
disgusting.
Yeah, so basically, and this happens a lot, it's like buildup of skin and crud between the foreskin
Oh.
and the penis. So
Is there a way that we could show that on camera? The
No.
photo? Oh, you can't?
No, we can't show
You have
that
to
on
just
camera.
imagine it. You guys have to
gotta
just
mention
imagine
it's
it.
imagine
horrible.
it.
By the
kinda-
way, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
it kind of looks like coquito.
No, it doesn't.
does
Don't
not look like
say that.
coquito.
Why would you say? Why would you come out of your mouth with
Doesn't
that?
look like no coquito.
Why would she? I will
Goodness
never
gracious.
take her to promote anything with me.
It does look like a dip, though.
Doesn't it look like
No, it looks like a dip. It does look like some type of dip.
I hate you
No,
so
it
much.
doesn't. You guys are disgusting.
What is wrong with her?
So healthy Latin eating is in stores now.
That's right.
Yeah, go get it. There's really good
segue.
Segue
recipes.
from
in there.
schmegma.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be on the. It's not going to be in the bookstore till top of January. But the book company wanted to get it out for the holidays, so you can order it online, and you will get it before the holidays.
What's
it's
the-
a perfect stocking stuffer.
What's the
I'm trying
website?
something this weekend.
HealthyLatinEating.com.
HealthyLatinEating.com. That's easy.
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com.
All right, I'm going to make something on Instagram it this weekend.
Are
See
you
how it goes.
really?
I really am.
Do you promise?
I promise.
What are you gonna make?
I'm going to make
Oh,
the orange and cilantro chicken.
nice.
I'm not going to get with the dessert yet. I feel like dessert is harder.
No, it's really not. There's some really easy ones in there. I don't have it. I can't remember because it's way too early. And Charlamagne had me drinking tequila last night. Charlamagne, why are you so nice to me all the time?
I'm a nice person.
No, but it makes
Definitely
me.
not a nice person.
You're
No, he's not.
Charlamagne's
I think you are-
I'm going to tell you why.
why?
Charlamagne's a fan, and he always said you didn't like him.
Always have been a fan, of course.
And he did used to always
Why
say,
would you
"She
think I
doesn't
didn't like
me.
you?"
He always
She
used to say
won't
that,
talk
though.
to me.
We never even had
I
an
know, I
interaction together.
I don't know. Probably I wouldn't like somebody if they didn't like. Well, no, that's not true. 'Cause
You
a lot
didn't
of
like
people
her?
don't like envy, and I don't dislike the people that don't like envy.
A lot of people don't like you. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, so
More
he
people
was
come to
a.
me about
I
you
never
than
knew
anything
you
else.
not to like you.
Well, I like talking to Angie because she's an OG in the game, and she gives me good advice.
So what advice did she give you?
Well, yesterday I was talking about. Well, I always talk about how the fact she makes people so comfortable in interviews, and that's a skill that I don't have.
No,
the
not at
opposite.
all.
You
You
make 'em
actually make
uncomfortable.
people very
But
uncomfortable.
I disagree with that.
No.
I think you do have that in you. I think that you just.
No.
I do
He
think he
doesn't.
does. I mean, personally, I was surprised by that when I met him. I was like, oh wow, he does make me feel. I do think you have that.
It
but I
depends on
just
who you
think
are.
It depends on who you are. It depends how you handle it and which artist it is. But
And she kept it 100 with me. It was like, "You're not so fine this hour." Was the Floyd Mayweather situation?
That was pretty horrible.
Yes.
well, because I think most of the time with Charlamagne, I think he's just being honest, and whether you like it or not, that's being honest, and that's okay if that's who he is. But with the Mayweather thing, I thought that was just a little below the
It
belt.
was malicious.
It's because I don't think it was just about you being honest. I felt like you there was an opportunity and you maybe thought it was funny, but you took something that was private. You asked the man to do something for you. And then
That's
you
true.
made fun of him, and it wasn't about being honest. It was just a moment. But I get it. You got caught up, and you thought it was funny, and you threw it on the air. But
I felt bad about it.
Apologize.
You did.
Apologize
You never
right now.
said that before.
I'm not. I don't think I deserve it.
I think you should
Apologize.
apologize.
There's no need for an
I think
apology.
you should
No,
apologize.
Charlamagne,
It wasn't
sometimes
nice.
you have to
were
acknowledge
very
that you
mean.
were wrong and
I
apologize.
said I was wrong.
Okay, that's when you apologize,
Apologize,
dummy.
Cash.
So
Well, I
you-
apologize to all the people who can't really read and who may have been offended
see,
by.
this is where
See
you go wrong.
No.
See what I said?
That's
He
where you
doesn't
go
learn.
wrong. You always go for the funny.
He doesn't learn.
You always go for the funny. But what's the truth?
So
truth?
I did feel bad about that.
So apologize.
Okay, if you
And
felt
so if that's the
bad,
truth, then that's your truth.
apologize. What's wrong with that?
I feel bad, but I don't know if it deserves an apology. It's a
That
difference.
was foul.
Well, do you think it was wrong?
It was wrong. Yeah,
Then
it
it
was wrong.
So then
deserves an
apologize.
Apologize.
If it was wrong, then it deserves an apology.
The who? So.
To me,
I would
wasn't
say
it?
to
you?
Floyd. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I apologize, champ.
Yo,
You
but
know
why
what?
is it so hard for you?
I
Are you
would
somebody
not-
that doesn't
You know
never
what? I
like
would
to
beat my son for that.
apologize?
No,
If my
I
son
do.
did something to my daughter, he goes, yeah,
Be
I
a good
apologize.
example
That's
for
not a
other
real
people who can
apology.
So
admit
you
that
want to
they're.
spank me now?
No, I don't want to spank you.
Gosh.
Be a good example for other people that mess up and apologize.
I said I-
Sometimes when you
What
mess up,
What
you have
is
to
that?
acknowledge
Why
it.
don't you like to apologize?
I don't know if it deserves an apology.
But you
So
even
you just lied. You
said.
didn't really mean to
But
apologize.
I did feel like it was. I did feel a way about it. I felt bad.
You
but
not
know that.
apologizing is taken away.
I called
from.
our boss that night. Like, that did make me feel a little uneasy. It didn't
So then
feel
you knew
right.
it was wrong.
Yeah, I felt like it was wrong.
Do you ever feel like that normally, or is that like a rare case? That's a rare case.
I felt like that twice. That time and when Little Mama was up here crying, but that wasn't my fault that Little Mama was crying. That was actually Angela Yee's
Yeah, that
fault.
was Yee's fault.
But I got the blame for it.
He made it cry.
Yeah.
Well,
I
why
don't like
does
to see
everybody
girls
step to
cry.
me? Because they never see y'all.
Nobody, you got stepped to one time.
One time?
You guys,
By the real Lambo.
you guys,
Mama's daddy.
this is about Angie, okay?
Well, hold on.
No, I'm
Not
enjoying this.
Charlamagne,
I'm
not
enjoying
Bert and
this. I'm
Ernie.
enjoying this.
Little Mama's daddy.
That's light.
Oh, that wasn't light.
I've been attacked
He had a
twice.
pistol. All right, then you had
How do we get to this though?
Exactly.
the real Lambo,
Okay, he knew where I was at.
Mace.
Oh, you're saying they run up on you and it's
Yeah,
his
run up on
fault?
me.
No. Mace
I
ran
can't
up on me
co-sign
too.
the real Lambo. He called me a radio hoe.
Mace ran up on me, but
know
we
him.
ran him out. But that has nothing to do with
Man,
nothing.
that was just positivity.
No,
Healthy
but
Latin
listen.
eating in stores.
But I love that you can take a moment and be like, that wasn't my. We all have those, right? We all do stupid things.
Have you
Absolutely.
ever had one of those?
Yeah, I was telling you last night. I just had one the other day. You
What
don't
you do?
remember? We were because there was a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
tequila.
I
Because I had
remember.
T.I. up here recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just. I don't know, that whole thing with Tiny had just been happening, and Tiny was up here with you guys and was very open and
Right.
talking about it, and then T.I. came in, and he's not as open as Tiny was.
Not at all.
But I really wanted to talk to him about that. I felt like she had already just put her side, so I went in there with kind of an agenda, which I don't really like to do. And so instead of sitting across from this man who I have a lot of respect for, who we've had great interviews, and I like him, instead of being like, so what's up with this, with your wife and whatever, everything going on, and when he was closed up about it, I should have just let it be and kept it pushing, but I kept pushing him, and I got nothing. It was like a terrible interview, and it was my fault. And after I felt bad, I was like,
That wasn't a terrible interview. I heard the interview. It wasn't terrible.
it wasn't great. It wasn't our best. He was definitely tight through the whole
Yeah, he was
thing.
a
He
little
was
upset.
definitely like, leave me alone.
It
If he
happens,
could,
though.
but that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
but after you leave, you go, I should have.
Well, you didn't make fun of him for not being able to read, though.
I did not.
Right.
No, I
That's
didn't feel
too far.
bad. I just felt like it was whack. I should have been.
That's,
you know
yes.
what I mean?
I guess sometimes you feel somebody out, and you can just be like, okay, I can tell that's not good.
Usually, I'm really good at that.
Right.
I could tell.
But
Like,
then as
but at that day, I had a lot going on. I was like, I don't know. I had a, just, it was just not.
and then
my
sometimes you
finest
really
hour.
are like, okay, people do want to hear about this, so I do want to at least
Yes.
give the people what
But
they
that's
want to
how
hear.
I felt with the Mayweather.
Nobody wanted
No,
to hear
nobody
it.
wanted to hear
Stop
that.
it.
I promise you.
Nobody
Nobody wanted
wanted
that.
that. Nobody even knew it existed. You did that.
Yeah, but it was. I was bringing context to the content that was out there. The
right.
content was he
You cleaned it
allegedly
up,
can't read.
and now you're going backwards.
You're right. I was wrong. I was wrong.
And let's
My
leave it
goodness.
alone. That's it.
How about Puff?
Okay, that just made it worse.
Oh,
How about Puff?
all right.
He
So
made
you
it
raised
way
a lot of
worse.
money.
He made it worse. It's never going to see the end
No,
of it.
I didn't.
Yes,
know.
you
Because
did.
they bring it to your attention, apologizing.
And you
don't
won't
do
You're
it.
like, I'm not
apologize.
apologizing.
So you
I
gotta
didn't
look
say-
like-
I did
After all
apologize.
this time, Charlamagne can't even come to his senses about it. That's what
I
it
did
looks like.
apologize.
think
I
that
said,
made
I'm
it
sorry,
worse.
champ.
Guys,
Sounds
guys.
worse.
It makes worse.
Sounds worse.
He sounds worse.
No, it's not. Y'all.
You sound like a
yeah.
fucking dickhead.
No, it didn't. Did it sound worse, Jamie?
You're just a little instigator.
No, it didn't.
She's a
Stop
little
it. No, it
instigator.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I
you,
said I was wrong.
Charlamagne,
That's
you
y'all
sounded like
fault
a
because y'all
fucking-
came with to say you're sorry.
No, you said-
because y'all could have just left it with, I knew I was wrong.
We're like, so you're gonna
Is that why you
apologize?
apologize?
You don't have to go that
I
far.
apologize, champ.
You did the Birdman.
You're going to edit
You
it out.
did. Y'all
did
did
the
the
Birdman.
Birdman.
You're gonna edit it
Yes.
out.
It's not going to go on there.
It's not. You sound like a dickhead.
It
No, I
won't go
didn't.
on there.
Schmeck-
What?
Y'all messed it up as usual
How we messed it up?
because
No, you didn't. That was you.
you could have just left it at I'm wrong. I was wrong. I know I was wrong.
Nope. You didn't say that.
No,
You
that-
didn't really believe you were wrong. You
I
still
do really. I felt like it.
No, you don't.
I called you that night. I did. I did feel that way.
So,
But what's-
Marathon. Did he donate how much money?
Oh, it's funny that we're on Revolt. Hello.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, Diddy was one of our big, he donated $1,000 for every mile I ran. So that was another thing. I couldn't
oh,
quit.
you had to. Yeah,
I had to finish.
You couldn't make
There was-
$1,000.
I couldn't be like, let me get that $4,000,
Yeah.
Diddy.
There was
I had
a-
to finish
Remember,
it.
Diddy
Hold
did
on.
the marathon before Diddy runs the city.
Yeah, Diddy did. He did amazing, actually. He ran it in like 4 something, I think.
There was a huge rumor that you and Diddy didn't get along. A long time.
We didn't.
Why?
We didn't. That's actually a true story.
That is a true
Thanks
story.
for bringing that up.
Sorry,
Anthony.
I-
now that we're finally we're good and he just gave me all this money.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna be like, no, it was just a rumor.
They say that money was actually for to pay Boy Wonder for that 0 to 100 track, but since he gave it to you, he didn't have the money to give it to him.
So it's my fault. So
yeah,
live is
that's what I
whatever
heard.
live is my
Why
fault.
did you guys get along?
Because he stole one of my beats.
Really? Really? Damn you, Diddy.
I was like, damn, Diddy, see what goes around comes around.
Damn it, man.
You know what? It's so stupid. I don't even. You know what? It was just. I hated the way he handled a few things. He didn't like the way I handled a few things. He got up on the radio one time and said something crazy, and he probably doesn't even remember it.
Who show?
you know, am we allowed to talk about Down the Dial?
Yeah.
It was many years ago. It was during Flex's show. He was up there talking about this was talking about like Suge Knight days.
Okay,
This is like this is old stuff. And then I don't know. I never wanted to talk to him about it. I just didn't want to interview him.
friend.
I just don't want to be a friend.
Yeah.
It just became that.
I get like that sometimes.
So both of y'all were wrong, kind of?
I don't think either one of us was wrong. I just didn't think
So
either one of us wanted to
apologize.
deal
Yeah,
with it.
apologize.
You should apologize to
Yo,
Diddy.
shut up, Charlamagne. You didn't like apologizing. It wasn't a problem, though. It wasn't a problem. And then over the years, it just became our relationship. Just you know how that is when you have like a little weird thing, and then neither one of you kind of want to fix it.
Yeah, that
So
happened
you're
with
like,
MV and DJ Drama.
There you go.
No.
Did you apologize to Drama?
He apologized to me.
You
He
were
did.
wrong.
And then I apologized to him.
Wait, apologize
See,
to him now.
Well, say sorry.
Apologize to him now.
And mean it.
Yeah, apologize to him.
And then Drama good now.
No. After you being good, apologize to Drama. Say I'm sorry.
He apologized to me.
Say I'm sorry, Drama.
What am I sorry for?
See, you know how this is the most hypocritical morning show. Hypocritical morning.
Listen. I apologize, champ. I apologize, Drama.
Okay.
I don't have
Then-
anybody
So Floyd
to
Mayweather
apologize
got an
to.
apology
You
this
have
morning.
never had any
Drama got an apology
problems
this
with
morning.
anybody?
Diddy got an apology.
Diddy didn't get no apology.
But Diddy didn't deserve. We didn't have a problem. He didn't deserve an apology. I didn't deserve.
She
we
didn't do anything
I
foul
didn't do
to
anything
him.
to him. He didn't do anything to me. We just had a difference in how we like to handle things and
Right.
whatever.
Chris Rock should apologize to
And
me.
over the years, we've clearly squashed it, and he just donated a lot of money. So thank you, Diddy, for the $26,000.
Okay.
Chris Rock is not going to apologize for
Have you
call-
ever had any problems with anybody?
Nothing. I think I've never really had to apologize. Who do I not get along with?
Yeah, nobody wants to say sorry.
I would. I have no problem
Yo.
saying sorry.
But who have you had a problem
We should do
with?
Breakfast Club Quote with Ed.
Has Angela ever had a problem with anybody? She has to.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of girls that don't like it.
But that ain't
Everybody.
because of me.
But we can't talk about them.
Why?
Put it like this. Everybody's had somebody come to the station and want to fight them at some point or another.
Somebody wanted to fight you. I
That
remember
wasn't my
that.
fault.
Yeah.
I can't apologize for people being mentally unstable.
All right, let's stop it right now.
I want this Latino mango cake. This looks.
There you go.
delicious.
Make that one.
How do you make the Latino mango cake?
I want
This is
that.
an Angelo recipe, actually. That one. She can do it though. And you should make these guava bloody Marias.
Is there like tomato juice in that also? I don't like tomato juice.
All right, so maybe we want to do another one. Try the
I
try
would
the
do
mojitos. Do the
grapefruit
mojitos.
one.
All right. You
All
gonna
right, there we go. I'm
Pass
excited.
this along. Give
I'm
it
gonna
this
give it to the wife.
Re-gift this. Yeah. Give it to
Yeah.
the wife.
Why
or
don't you cook
re-gift
for
it
your
the
wife? How about
holidays.
that?
Yeah,
And
sure.
cook
We should
some
do this
kind of
interview
food.
tomorrow because I don't love to say how I was interviewing J. Cole because J. Cole's coming today.
J. Cole is coming.
He's not doing no interviews.
I thought he wasn't doing no interviews.
But
He's
Ed,
coming.
yes.
Yeah.
I would have loved to
I
ask him
wonder
about
why.
They said he's gonna do it because you're Angie Martinez. That's why.
I know,
that.
but
Yeah,
so
that's dope.
no, but I appreciate it. It's nice.
And he's gonna do over
I
300,000.
really like J. Cole too. Like to
He's a
me,
good
J.
dude.
Cole. I just have high expectations and hopes for him. I think he's gonna do great.
He's a
things.
good guy too.
He's
Real
a good
good
guy, and we talked about J. Cole last night at
Yeah.
the party. He just,
Very
I don't
chill,
know.
Very humble.
He's very regular. He don't even get his shape up.
talented.
but he's very honest too,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that goes a long way. And he cares about stuff, and we need that, man. We need people who care.
What do you think
care
the
out here.
city should do with all these protests going down?
What do you think we should do?
Absolutely.
I think we should continue to protest.
Do you think that works?
I
Blocking
do.
streets, blocking.
What is the alternative? Do
I
nothing.
don't know. I don't know.
The alternative is do nothing. Yeah, blocking streets, yes. Get people's attention. While if you are annoying, eventually they have to either have to pay attention or address it. Or, I mean, I don't know if it's going to fix everything that needs to be fixed. Do I think it's going to stop people from being a racist if we protest?
Absolutely not.
Probably not. But is it going to force these conversations to happen at whatever behind closed doors meetings? Does it force people to have these conversations? I think so.
I agree.
Two people
Yeah.
stopped by my house the other day. I don't know them, but they were like, "We live in the neighborhood, and we wanted to see if we could talk with you about all the violence that's been going on in the community with the police." I told them no, though, because I didn't know them.
Because you didn't know them.
Yeah,
No,
you
they were
can't just
trying to
come in
sell
my
you
house.
something. Right.
It felt like
they
a
wanted to
setup.
come in the house?
It was freezing outside. I wasn't going to
Oh.
stand outside either. I felt a little
Right.
bad, but I do think it's time for people to organize, sit down, come up with some solutions.
Have you seen have
Yes.
you been have you been out there with
Yeah.
them?
Yep.
They are super organized. It's not
Right.
on the news. If you just watch, sometimes they make it look like they don't know where they're going. It's unorganized. No.
They got it together.
There is some organization happening out
Did
here.
you go out there?
I have been, and I was like amazed, and I just it made me happy, man. It made me proud. It made it inspired me. I just was like, wow, it's like this. Even the signs, like these are nice signs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Great
it wasn't
slogans.
just slogans. Their chants were like,
Yeah,
the
one
chants
point.
were going. They had the taxis beeping at the same time as the chants. It just was dope.
And I like the fact they're multicultural. I like the fact it's not just black and
Yes.
Spanish people.
Everybody's
it's white
out
people,
there.
It's Jewish people. It's Asians. Everybody's together. Because that's the only way you're really going to bring about change if we show that it's an American issue, an American human rights issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Well, thank you, man.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
the
letting me
coquito
swing through.
schmegma.
Yo, thank you for teaching me about schmegging this morning.
Next time, you got to bring some food, though.
Please don't ever bring that up.
I want some food next
You
time.
should do that one afternoon. Just cook up here
And you'll come?
have like a big powwow.
She said,
Yeah.
"You'll come."
And you'll come in the middle of the day?
Yes.
I'm always here in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you are. All right, I'll do it. Let's set it up.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club.
Done.
It's Miss Angie Ma.
Word.
Done and done.